Ladies, welcome to today's training, and we're gonna get started real quick. As people start to roll in, I'm going to be asked to everybody to mute. If you are coming in and you feel like being on camera, obviously it would be much more fun as we're gonna get to interact a little bit. If you do not wish, that's fine as well. But I'm going to be asking for engagement, meaning like there is gonna be a chat there. I'm gonna ask a few questions because I really feel like today's topic, metabolism and understanding how it works, it's very much related to understand the case by case scenario. With this being said, welcome to this training. Again, I've been stressing the fact that I want you guys to start showing up to these things for specific reasons. Number one, this is not one BS training that is like, 5 tips to lose weight on YouTube. This is an actual module that goes inside my course, and it's going to be accessible only to the people that are going to be either getting the course or being inside my program in the future from 2023. And this kind of training in Zoom are only, until 2023, are only going to be streamed via a replay if you are at least, like if there is at least 5 to 10 people showing up. Obviously, I am stressing this fact, not only because, I mean, if you're working with me already in any sort of capacity, you're going to have a replay. This is why we're recording this thing. If not, you're not going to sit in the group because it's really, number one, I need you guys to understand that results does not come from you watching a podcast, listening to a podcast, watching a webinar, and taking zero action. Results come from actually coming to these things, engaging, posting inside the group, because, this proved my point that I said on the other days on the video. As we move forward, the attention is the biggest currency that people need to get results. Okay, so we have, like, I go on YouTube and I'm being bombarded from people that talk about how you make 300 euro online and all that BS. And again, there is no different with weight loss. And the problem is that you cannot differentiate anymore the fact that you are listening to information and actually taking action. You feel like listening to information is taking action, and obviously it's not, right? This is my point. When you get something valuable for free, like being inside this group, and you take zero action, understand that you're not gonna get any results. This has been I've been predicating this for now, like probably close to 10 years, and I'm still struggling to get out of 300 people getting here 40 people to show up. Okay. Now, more power to you, Maria, if you're here. If you get to watch this replay one time, understand this kind of Zoom training are not going to be replayed anymore inside the group if you don't work with me in any sort of capacity. If you do work with me, obviously I value your commitment, and I also value the fact that you take time, that you say you're gonna do something and actually you do it. This is one big thing on me. And again, from 2023, these replays will only be streamed to the people that some sort of capacity either are in my course or work with me, okay? Therefore, you've been warned, no face scarcity. You're not gonna see this kind of valuable information and hopefully training that makes sense if you're here. Now, with this being said, I'm gonna get started. If you roll in later, mute yourself. I'm gonna have some sort of Q&A at the end if we have time. Right now, what I would like you to do is answer a few questions for me, and obviously you can unmute yourself and answer the question, or you can type in, because today we're talking about something very powerful, okay? And this is it makes or break the results. If you're here, if you are in any of my groups, obviously there is still some groups that are migrating into this new group, but if you are here, chances are you're a lady that struggled with a weight plateau that you cannot break no matter what you try. And you told yourself, if you probably told yourself this story that, there is something wrong with me. There is my genetics, my metabolism, my hormones, right? So what I would like you to say, what I would like you to either unmute yourself right now, like there's 2 people here. Hi, Lamis, welcome aboard. You can unmute yourself and telling me what is the story that you tell yourself that you can't lose weight? Why? I mean, what do you think is wrong with your metabolism? You can either unmute and say it. If you don't feel comfortable being on camera, Maria, you can type it on the chat. But seriously, guys, do yourself a service, actually engage with this thing, because I'm trying to make a point here. So go on the chat and tell me what is that prevents you from losing weight, in your opinion, when it comes to your metabolism. You can go ahead and unmute yourself, like it is a quick question. Anyone jump in?
Hello, everybody. So what was the question exactly? Like, why am I not able to lose
Yeah, so the question is that if you try everything and you're not able to lose weight, right? There is probably some sort of something in your mind, a story that you're telling yourself that why is it that you can't lose weight? Is it your hormone, your thyroid? Is it because you're insulin resistant? Is it because you think it's your genetics? You are maybe big boned. Like there is some sort of something going on, right? So what is it in your mind?
The psychological reason is the biggest barrier to me. So I always have this negative thought that even if I lose weight, I'm going to gain it again, and that it's always like it's always difficult. Like unless I am slim genetically, then it's very difficult to lose weight, and if I lose it, it's always difficult to maintain. And of course, when I had this diabetes thing or pre-diabetes, and also with aging, I think this is also one of the things that stops me, or from progressing. Always also the environment, I think, because somebody else is cooking for me. And
okay, but primarily you just said it, like you said, is genetics, is your insulin resistant. I'm looking for those things today because we're actually going into the metabolism. I'm trying to kind of like make a point. I know, like now that we've been working out, like we've been working together for a while, like that those are your barrier, like that's psychological as well. But you know that there is a physiological barrier. I'm not gonna lie, and today we're here to discover what is it. But as a result, like you like in your mind is your genetics and your hormones imbalance and anything, right?
Yes.
I really don't have a clue why there is like 10 people requesting this fucking thing, like to get in, and then they're not, either they don't want to show up or they don't show up. But like I really wish I could have more people here engaging with me. Maria, anything that you want to say about? Okay, great. I lost no. Okay, and also trying to stay healthy. Okay, good. I'm still staying healthy in the group. Okay, so okay, and I already lost. Okay, is there anything that you feel like preventing you from losing more than the 9 kilo, or you feel like you're in a good place, Maria? Because if you haven't, like, if there is anything that you feel like is preventing you, feel free to actually post it, okay, or type it.
But I have something else, if you don't mind, Jerry. I think also because I am like not very active, maybe regarding walking is okay, but the workouts, the exercises.
Okay, excellent. Cool. So now basically we established that. Now we know that okay, bad immunity, that's a good one. You get sick really quick. Okay, great, excellent. That's something that obviously is realistic. But whatever the case is, and again I'm gonna mute you for a second here, Lamis, is because I want to prove the point that there is several people watching this and telling me, like, I know, like you've been talking to me on the phone and you told me, like, I cannot lose weight because of my thyroid. I cannot lose weight for my hormone. I cannot not lose weight because of my metabolism. I tried everything. And obviously, the problem that you feel like you have, then you tell yourself, it really gets to a point that you cannot really lose weight. Like it's real, right? It's something that is established. It's real, right? Now, I'm going to tell you like a little secret here. Any diet that you do should produce a result. If it's not producing a result, it is because of the fact that your body is not ready to lose weight. Okay? And again, I'm going to now put up my the presentation here. Your body isn't ready at the point to lose weight. And the problem is that if you don't get your body to lose weight again, because now the question is always the same. It's like, you got our, where is this thing? Like our phases here, which again, there you go. If your body, should switch up around. Pardon my mess inside here. If your body is here, isn't ready to lose weight, going into the next diet in phase 2 is not going to work ever. Okay. And again, like, this is why, people say, oh, I have a thyroid problem. Cool. I should eat more carbohydrates. I know that. Okay. What am I going to do? Oh, I don't know. I'm kind of scared of carbohydrates. I'm going to do keto. Keto didn't work. Now, okay, cool. I'm going to try to do intermittent fasting. I think that might work. Well, the premise of dieting is always the same, right? And if you don't understand, the premise of dieting is that you keep restricting calories and food, and you keep getting your body to get stressed. So if you don't fix that, if you don't create that thing that we just said, which is basically metabolic stability, you do struggle with losing weight. And obviously what you tell yourself is actually true. Like you can't lose weight. And again, because your body is not ready to lose weight. So would it be cool, instead of jumping on the next diet, and when you watch this, replay, you probably tell, okay, yeah, it would be cool. Like it would be cool if I teach you how to actually get your body ready to lose weight today. Type in the chat, like if it would be cool. Like just say yes. Like we just get yourself moving. And why, like probably you're asking yourself, why am I getting like you guys to type? Because I am actually wanting you to take action. Like at the end of this, there is going to be a possibility for you to apply for a free Fix My Metabolism lesson, okay, with something that we've done in the past. Now, these things in 2023 will only be exclusive to the people that work together with me in any sort of capacity. So if you get courses and stuff like that. And again, those are usually the thing that tells me that I can help you. Like this is like, okay, I can help you. Like I tell you what to do. You post inside a group. I get back at you and you fix your problem. Okay, so like I really need you to start doing, like that kind of work. Now, if you know what's going to happen when you actually learn about how to fix your metabolism, amazing stuff's going to happen, because then you don't need to diet for the rest of your life. You diet for 3 months, you get to a result, and then like you get to the next step. Cool. So let's get started and teaching you exactly what is the metabolism, why you're not able to lose weight. And again, I really wish you guys like you be here live, because you're gonna have questions, and if you do see this anywhere, post the question, email me back the question, or post in a comment the question. With this being said, it's probably gonna be the last time that you get to do that if you're not here live, because I really need you to get the point that you understand. Now, the metabolism, you've been told that it's a calculator. If it was a calculator, you would lose weight, okay? You've also been told from the keto gurus that the metabolism is a chemistry lab. So as long as you can minimize insulin spikes and blood sugar load into your blood, like you would be able to lose weight. Okay, that's the theory, right? The unfortunate truth is that it's not one of either. It's a thermostat or a seesaw. It's something reactive to stress and adaptive to stress, okay? So if you understand that, whatever you do to the metabolism is gonna adapt, so you need to do something different to make it readapt, right? And you keep going until these waves of you fighting the adaptation. Cool. So like when we have people say, I want a fast metabolism, it sucks, my metabolism is slow. You don't want a fast metabolism, you want a flexible metabolism. You want to be able to, as a healthy person, you see here, burn sugar or glucose when you are doing activity like exercise and movement, and burn fat when you actually do very slow activity or when you rest or when you sleep. When you're metabolically inflexible or when you have insulin resistance, for example, your metabolism loses the ability to do that thing effectively. Like you just burn a little bit of everything, but not effectively. This is why some people can lose 1 kilo or 2 kilo, but they don't lose the kilo that they want, or they don't look the way they want. They're always a little bit flabby. They always have a little bit extra fat on top of where they want it to be. It's because of this. It's because of adaptation, right? It's because of like your body, you give them less calorie, your body adapts, and you either give even less calorie or you do something or something changes. Now, this isn't because your body is like a jerk that says, I don't want to like you to be so good looking in your bikini. It's because of evolution. Like in the past, we used to be hunter-gatherers. Whether you believe on creation or evolution, that's really up to you to believe, but this is not the point. The point is that there were, set of people before us that, they used to hunter-gatherer. The food wasn't accessible. We didn't go to stores and buy whatever we wanted. And, when you created period of famine that you cannot eat, your body, create imbalance on your energy level. So when you starve yourself and you feel like you have no energy, your body's telling you something. When you cannot sleep well and you have fragmented sleep, when you tell yourself, oh, I fragmented sleep, right? It's not because of, the body's telling you something, right? When you are in a diet and you start feeling cravings and hunger, it's your body telling you like, look, you maybe want to fix this cue first, and we're not going to let you lose weight, right? It's going to shut down. And on the real life, it looks like that. There is a maintenance calorie level, right, in general. Above this, you gain weight. Below this, you lose weight. but the sweet spot is around 300 to 500 calories, right? The people, and this is why I want to stress it again. If you're watching this, this is why your $5 diet template, they don't work, because they when you say keto, or when you say paleo, or when you say any diet that you cut off 1,000 calories a day without like taking off food or food groups, you're basically getting this thing to be lower, much lower. And like it worked for the first week, and after a week you get adaptation, right? And the problem is that the maintenance calorie level goes down very quickly, right? Your metabolism, this BMR thing here, goes down very quickly. Like, and what happened is that for you to burn more fat, or to look even more the way you want to look, you either have to work out, you have to eat less, or you have to work out more, right? You have to eat less or work out more, right? And again, when you get to 800 calories, this is why it's like so hard for you to lose weight again, because it's unsustainable. When you get to 800 calories, this is why we need to restore your metabolism before, otherwise it's never going to be long lasting, okay? And it's a very hard discussion to have with people, because they don't want to, unfortunately, people, you know, they damage themselves, like years and years of really wanting to, you know, to have a results, and then they want to fix it tomorrow, they want to fix it yesterday, and this is not really the way it works. It's like, it does require this, okay? And again, watching this, you need to establish that, you need to start establish a framework for you to understand if what you're doing works. And usually it's like start checking your, you know, you start checking your feedback, right? You do something and you start checking your feedback. Your feedback is sleep, hunger, mood, energy, cravings, right? If everything is on check, everything is working out good, chances are your adaptation is not really as bad as it is, right? If it's not, it means that there needs to happen something. Because again, this is like, it's not like the thing that I heard today was, I have thyroid problem, I have insulin resistant, I have whatever the case is, but these things are just not like, these things are just not born with, like maybe like a small little part of the people. These things are induced all the time. It starts from you becoming inflexible because of your cortisol and your insulin not properly working well, which is on the bottom. And again, you're messing up your hormone at times from the choices that you make. Either too much processed food, either too much restriction, too much stress, too little movement, so many things, right? And as you getting to this point that you're creating adaptation, is almost like saying, it's like, usually this happens between the 10, 7, and 14 days. It really like this, it's like, you have calorie in versus calorie out and activity, and then like you it's like a tug of war with your metabolism. They're gonna increase the hormone of hunger, they're gonna make you feel less full, and this is the first adaptation that says, okay, cool, like I feel more hungry, I feel less full. Stop, I need to do something different here. I need to change something. I need to either work out more, work out less, or I need to maybe eat a little bit more, or I need to swap, you know, more protein in my fiber just so I can feel full. You need to do something. There is no way to you to say things such as, and this is usually what you say, I'm going to have more willpower, I'm going to keep going. This is when you fuck up your thyroid now. Like, this is not like, okay, I heard the keto works well, I'm going to take off my carbohydrates. And then you're starting really messing up your thyroid. Now, your body really fights back, and it make you not sleep well. Now it's real, like your body tells, like you sleep 4 hours instead of 8. And guess what happened when this is only 40 participants, they made a study, but look at the difference between somebody that works sleep 4 hours and somebody that doesn't. You know, they are more hungry, worse body composition, a lot more water retention. And what happens when you feel like you have water retention? You see yourself bad in the mirror, and you think that it's not working what you're doing. So what are you doing? You stop, you quit, you just binge. And what happened when you binge? You gain 3 to 5 kilos, maybe. And then all this thing, guess what? Then you went back to my model here. You gain, and by the way, this is when you are, you restrict yourself. When you go back to eating 2,000 calories, now is a surplus. And here you gain 2 kilos. But you know what happened? It's like your metabolism like is still like that though. Right now you messed up your thyroids, like technically, like theoretically messing up. I mean, it can be fixable, but right now you kind of like fatiguing your thyroid. If you keep going in that behavior, you start impacting your sex hormones. And now it really sucks because you might need, replacement therapies and crap like that. And this is when it's called metabolic dysfunction. And this is when you get people that you can actually see something on the lab, T3, T4, not working well. You get insulin, like metabolic syndrome, like insulin resistant. You're actually getting real data on the lab. And then as people, the funny part is that people feel like, oh, now I'm totally fucked. Now, like, what am I going to do now? I mean, this is the biggest problem I see with the healthcare system. It's like that they want to give you medicine for that stuff. Like, unless you're full-blown diabetic, or unless you have severe symptoms, you should not be taking medicine, or unless, like, you know, you have severe symptoms. Like, unless everything you tried already with exercise and nutrition, you shouldn't be taking all that stuff. And it's fixable. You start fixing it from the bottom up. You start reducing your stress, usually improving your sleep, metabolic restoration. And again, as you see here, there is no checkpoint of, like, I have not a list of things to do, because I need you to actually show up to this thing, but also I need you to apply for these things, such as, you know, fix my metabolism, because we get to talk and understand what really the issue is. But thyroid function usually is fixable with cycling carbohydrates and calories, with personalizing exercise, because it might be too intense. And usually the sex hormone, PCOS, is a little bit more challenging. You do need, you know, hormonal support sometimes. You do need supplement support. You do need a bunch of other stuff, but it's fixable from the bottom up. Compared to another person that as an easier way to do it, is fixable. And again, I'm showing it here how it's fixable. It's because you think that there is only this model of eating less and exercising more. There was a person, I have no idea why you're not showing up, like you just texted me 5 minutes ago that you were coming. Watch this, and like you asked me, why is it that, how can it be possible if I eat more and I exercise less, how can I lose weight? Just watch this. It's so simple. This is why people don't ever understand what weight loss is made of. This is why people can lose weight. This is why you're watching the replay. This is why you haven't lost weight until now. There is at least 4 toggles in your metabolism. This is the toggle that works for 15 days. Eating less and exercising more. You create a calorie deficit like this, 300 to 500 calorie deficit, right? Like we said it before. It's this model over here, right? Eat less and exercising more. Now watch this. What happens if you go to vacation, or the couch potato, or if you take a weekend off and you get a cheat meal? What happened? Like, you lose weight most of the time. I just went to Zurich a few days ago, and now I was 90. I was not able to break the 90 kilo thing. I'm like 88.9 right now. Like, just lost it because I did that right now. Eating more or exercising less. You give your body a break. You let go of the excess water. You lower the stress levels. You eat more and exercising less. This thing, it would be cool if you could do that for like weeks, but you can't. That works maybe up to 6 days. A few days of cheat meals, or 6 days maximum. Otherwise, you start gaining weight. Now, there is 2 models that are much more durable in time. Eat less or exercising less, or the athlete, eat more or exercising more. Always creating the freaking deficit, right? Eat more and exercise. Have you ever seen what athlete looks like? Like, for those of you watching this, and seriously, I see many in this kind of groups, like supermodel booty workouts, right? Do you know why they have this physiques? Because this is what they do. They don't eat less and exercise more. They eat more and exercise more. They actually feel like athletes, given the fact that some of them, they really don't really do what they tell you they're doing. They take stuff, or they are doing lifting, which are not showing you. But, you know, if you do CrossFit style of stuff, lifting, this is why you can actually get results from it, right? Like, you have a 2,000 calorie maintenance, you eat more, so you get to 2,500. Sorry, you burn more because you burn at least 500 calories, but you also eat more, okay? You create, is always the sweet spot. If you start eating less, your body, there is something that here in your body breaks, like the stress level, it stops. Like we said it before, it's evolutionary, right? Or if you're a person, and again, how do you test if this is working? You just test your sleep, your hunger, your mood, your cravings. If everything is good, no cravings, no hunger, good energy level, good sleep, chances are this thing is working for you. Keep going. 1 month, 2, 3 months, achieve your results. Get ready to lose weight, get your body ready to lose weight, and lose weight. Okay, this is called the law of metabolic adaptation. The other model is eating less and exercising less. you lower your maintenance level, like you don't really eat that much, right? But you're also not exercising. You do maybe 2 weight exercise per week, and then you walk a ton. Like you move a lot though, like you just move at least 10,000 steps a day. And again, you test, okay? This is how Valentina, you know, last year, like she went from 22% to 17%, and look at the difference here. Like she weighed the same, maybe 1 kilo less. Look at the difference. No cellulitis, no water retention, veins here, like no puffiness, right? And again, this is a girl that is already kind of like very good genetic, but it doesn't matter. Like everybody's like that. So what do? So you choose one of this model approach, you choose one of this model, and then you take your measurements every 10 days to 15 days, and you weigh yourself daily and take a median. If you forget to weigh yourself, you take the higher and lower numbers, you take a median, and then you test, right? Now, one thing that you have to do for sure in this model is start tracking your feedback, because otherwise it makes no sense. You do, I'm eating less and exercising less. And again, if you're here in the chat, I know, Maria, you're here. Lami saying, look, you have access, you should have access already to this already, right? You know, you have access to this thing. It's like, I'm going to track my sleep for a week. I'm going to track my hunger for a sleep. But like there is menopause symptoms in there as well. There is vital signs there as well. Like you need to track this thing. It's work to do, but it's something necessary, because look, if you can lose weight, if you cannot lose weight, chances are you're not a workout away. There is work to be done. And again, like, you know, you're not genetically blessed. Maybe you have fatigue your metabolism. There is work to do. And if you don't fix that, I mean, you're just wasting your time. Okay, there is no easier way for me to say it. For sure, what I can say is that now you probably understand the complexity of this. If you do not lose weight right now, jumping into a next diet is not going to happen. Okay, it's not going to happen. Now, to answer the question, so you do need to restore your metabolism first. And again, it might take 2 weeks, it might take 2 months. I don't have this answer for you, but I do have the certainty that if you don't do that, it's never going to happen. Now, with this being said, first I want to answer the question, because this is useful for everybody. I know I'm going to get this again. Somebody asked me, like, okay, let's say that your maintenance is 1,800 calories. Like, you know, I'm eating less and I'm exercising more and creating this huge deficit, and my body doesn't respond. Okay, and I got asked, why? How is it that if I eat more and I don't exercise, I'm losing weight? How this is possible? It is because your maintenance is here, and by you eating less and or exercising more, you're getting closer to your maintenance, but you still create a 300 to 500 calorie deficit. This is why if your maintenance is fucked up and it's really low, this is why people either, if they're here, lose weight, stay the same if they're here, or maybe gain some weight, right? And so what we need to do here is raising the maintenance, AKA more weight training, AKA more movement, AKA more walks. But there is always a science behind. Your genetics is not the limit, or better say, it's true. Okay, let me be honest here. Let me be honest. Like whatever they told you in the past, you can achieve whatever you want. Like they lie to you. And again, this usually comes from, like, you know, even parenting. You can't achieve anything you want. Like you can be a Miss Olympia in the stage. You can be a super athlete. Probably not, even if you were. Like I can definitely can't. It's like there is limits, right? But you can get to this kind of physics. You can get to the best leaner version of yourself. You can look like this. You can look like an athlete if you want. You can always do that. And there is always an explanation. There is no hormonal BS that stops you. I mean, maybe there is, but you can always do something about it. It is not because you have pre-diabetic or diabetic. I am insulin resistant, and I keep getting results if I want to. There is always work to be done. If I'm not the best version of myself, I know why. Like I'm probably not moving enough. If I'm not that, you know, the lean how I should be, it's probably because I could use some more refination on my food choices. There is going to be limits, but why you're not losing weight today is definitely for this model here. You did not understand that there is, at least realistically, there is more like 10 models or 15 models. I'm making it simple for you to get it. But again, this here, the vacation person can be like 3-4 type of model, changing a few things. Any of this model can be blended into other models. But this is why you're not losing weight. This is why you're so stubborn and when you're watching this and you keep jumping from diet to diet, you're not understanding your body's not ready to lose weight. Okay, so now you're watching this information, you say there is two things you're really doing. Number one, you saying you think you know better and you keep doing what you're doing. Or number two, you type in the chat, or if you see this by replay, as this replay will be the last if you guys are not showing up, you type metabolic fix, and this will be something that you're basically applying for this thing. We're gonna jump on a Zoom like this. I'm gonna ask a few questions. I'm gonna tell you exactly which of this model you're in right now and what do you need to do, okay? Then it's up to you. You post in the group and you're actually getting real help, or you keep jumping from YouTube video, you're jumping from booty workout just because there is a hype behind telling you that you're gonna look like that, okay? Cool, we have about 6 minutes, okay? And I'm gonna prioritize the people that are here. Guys and girls, actually, AJ is not here anymore. Do you want anything to ask anything? We got probably like 3 minutes, like 2 minutes, real quick, because then we need to shut the thing down and have a call after this.
I have a quick question. Can I?
Sure.
How do you define when you say we eat less and we exercise more, then it's not a good thing. So if I don't feel hungry, I'm okay, and I eat less and exercise more. Does this mean I am like balancing between eating less depends on what, or eating more depends if I'm hungry or less hungry?
No, I mean, like, how do you define the model? Is like you basically choose the model. Like, so how do you define the model is good? Like, I'm not saying that this is bad. I'm saying this is not long lasting. Okay.
Okay.
For some people, it's like 14 days, you start seeing adaptation. For some other people, you start seeing adaptation in a month, but definitely not more than, this is not longer than 3 months or 2 months. Okay. So when you start seeing stuff like this, you start seeing stuff like, okay, I'm getting hungry. Okay, cool, you should stop.
Okay.
This is the first stage of metabolism. It's called metabolic adaptation. This is called metabolic resistance. This is called metabolic, this is also the reason, but this is kind of called metabolic damage. In the wording, like it's not really called like that in clinical, like there is no, it's called metabolic dysfunction. You can research if you want, but it's like when you start seeing stuff on the lab, you've done the damage. Now, it's not done the damage like it's irreversible, but it takes time to reverse. Instead of taking 12 weeks, you might take 6 months to reverse. Okay. So what you do is like this. When you start seeing adaptation, you just jump to the next model. And again, this is how it's very serve you very well. This is what we're gonna do, me and you, by the way. Like when the next call, we need to find whatever model works well, because this is why you need support most of the time, because this is so hard to do by yourself, right? By now, like I'm gonna make an example before I go, but basically this is what would happen. I would say just go out for a weekend, right? Just have a few extra calories, and this is really what it's gonna look like. Just go have a weekend. For once, just create your 1800 cal, say, just have a few extra cheat meals, right? And this is one model. Or I would say, cool, you just can have, a few cheat meals, but in the meantime, put another workout, right? You're essentially staying in this model here still, right? And again, and then you test. The testing is done from you. This is not really the model you test on because it requires time. But if you are in one of the two main models like this, exercise less, eating less, exercise more, eating more, then you get to test your sleep. And you test your sleep by doing what we're doing here, I said, right? So there is
yes,
there is real track, like you tracking is gonna give you like a percentage, it's gonna give you a number. It's gonna so you have real data telling you, okay, cool, this model worked for me. This model, you can stay in this model for 3-4 months, right? Of course, you need to give up exercise most of the time. But that's why people, I can ingrain into people's minds, even when you watch, like some people we're working together, and it's gonna say, I cannot give up cardio. Tough luck. Like if you cannot give up cardio, the only way you can do it the other way is like you eat more and exercise more. Pray to God or whatever, that is gonna work. Because if your sleep is fucked, if your hunger is bad, it's not gonna work. Okay, so again, like I'm not here to say whatever is popular. I'm here to tell you the truth. If you haven't figured out how to lose weight in years, it's because there is some sort of work that you really need to do. It's not about It's not easy sometimes, but you know, power to you, because like we're actually doing this. I think it like I know exactly how to move around from here. But this is basically the model. It's like this isn't bad. It's just not long lasting. This is the model of the calorie. Okay, because again, it comes back to evolutionary. It's like saying, you know, your body is getting adapted really quick, because if you more times you diet, more your body have recalls, like yes, memory, right? So it's like, okay, Lamis made us diet last time. Okay, now my maintenance when she died, it's not gonna be 2,000, it's gonna be 1,800. Next time it's gonna be 1,500. So you see, you're setting yourself up for failure. And when this thing goes, when it gets to 1,200, it's like, okay, she's really stubborn, this girl. We're gonna mess up her, right now we're gonna start messing up her insulin, her thyroid, her sex hormone. It's evolution, like it's your body telling you something. There is no magical pill. There is actually like one, I think it's researched, 2% of people in the world, which of course is a lot of people, that have real metabolic genetical condition, real metabolic genetic. So in other words, that you have metabolic condition, but even when they have that, it's fixable. There is people with Hashimoto's or stuff like that. They can lose weight. There is like coaches that I know personally, that they're an amazing physique having that. It's just harder. It's not impossible. It's just harder. If you're not getting the results you want, isn't because of some sort of witchcraft, it's because you're not doing the right work. And one more time, if you're watching this, apply for the damn thing. Like it's free. Come into the group, post, do something. You don't know better, because if you did, you wouldn't be here. Okay, so, and again, it's me being kind of like what I need to be here, because you probably need to listen to what we have. And again, it's important. If you haven't figured it out, it's because it's hard. It's not easy. I'm not here to tell you like everybody else, just do the diet, it's easy. Just do the supplements, it's easy. Okay? Ladies, with this being said, I got to roll because I have a call right after. But it was a pleasure bringing this to you again. This one time is going to be one more time a replay. Watch out the whole thing and be clear with the fact that this thing until 2023, I need 5 to 10 people to show up. Otherwise, there is no replay in the group, only to the people that work with me. From 2023, it's still going to be offered live when you show up. If not, only to the people that work with me. It was a pleasure. Jerry here. I'm clocking out. Talk to you very soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you.